fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the Alive Church Xfinity Series and the Darlington 225. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Adam the Bulldog Newton. Adam, good old Darlington here tonight.
Yeah, slick. Good old Darlington, the lady in black. Going down to South Carolina for a good RGR Alive Church race tonight. Should be exciting, especially after what we've seen early in this week.
You know, the lady in black here can be a real pain to drive, Adam. It takes all your faculties, almost like trying to, get with a lady in black.
Oh, it definitely does. And from what I've been seeing here in the last couple laps in practice, she's loose.
Yeah, definitely loose out there. It's going to be interesting to see, as you go along at this track, Adam, it's only going to get worse if you abuse the car. You cannot abuse the car tonight at all.
Oh, no, and once you get that right rear hot fuse done, you'll spin either off of 1 or you're going to spin off of 4.
All right, let's get a look in on the championship standings here, the Alive Church Xfinity Series. And you can see Lance Ripka, Buckshot Ripka, got himself a nice lead here. Darren Bruce not with us tonight. He is busy fighting the bears out in the mountains. Adam Recker will be in third. Jason Jackson, Tony Ratliff, and it's Jason Spear, Jason Ratliff, Michael Fleming, Claus Williams, and Rachel Hunt, your top 10. I mean, Ripka, he's not going to lose. He's only going to gain lead here tonight, Adam.
I don't know about that, Dean. I don't see Ripka on the list of being here for this race, and I don't see Brantley neither. Somebody's going to gain some points tonight.
I mean, do we have Adam Recker in the field tonight? I do not see Recker. So our top 3 not in the field here this evening.
Yeah, there's going to be some shaking and baking in the points tonight, that's for sure.
Well, holiday weekend, Adam. I mean, it's always nice to have holidays, but, we always say, one man's tragedy is another man's opportunity. I'm not saying their vacations are a tragedy, but it is for this series. So Jason Jackson got himself a great opportunity here tonight, Adam.
Well, I was going to say Jason Jackson, Jason Ratliff, Jason Spear, George Lill. I mean, so many of those Ottaviani, and others that can gain a lot of points on the guys that are at the top of the board right now.
A little concerned for Ottaviani. I mean, his first name's not Jason. I don't know if he's allowed to participate.
Now, Spear could, make up some points as well. He's been clean and consistent the last handful of races. Maybe he shook that bad luck off, Dean.
Yeah, well, I think he has. And I think you make your own luck, Adam. And I think since he changed a little bit of his approach, he's starting to make his own luck. Of course, he's still got bit a couple of times, but getting that qualifying a little better. You see him right there in the 83 machine. I think it bodes well for him starting closer to the front these days. Let's get into tonight's starting grid. It's Claus Williams in the number 16 with a time of 30.517. Michael Ottaviani starting on the outside of row number 1. Row 2, it's Leal and Torgerson. Jackson and Fleming will start in row number 3. And Fleming, he's had a lot of speed lately. We'll see what he can do from 6th place. Beller and Spear, Jason that is, will start in row 4. Row 5 will feature James Bear and Corey Buskirk. You go a little further back, Adam Kulikowski and Rachel Hunt will be in row 6. Row 7, you got Mickey Spear And Jason Ratliff, Herb Ashley, Tom Ashley in row 8, row 9, Tony Ratliff, Todd Gilly, and Robert LaPrime. Gonna round out a 19-car field. Looks like the Toad Man is stuck on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like he may have missed a start, or maybe he went to check his rig out real quick before we go green flag racing.
Yeah, I mean, a little boys' room check perhaps there for the Toad Man. You know, we had speculation on why he's called the Toad Man. You got any speculations for us, Adam?
I don't know. Maybe he looks like a toad.
You think he is licking it to see if he could get that special buzz off the special horned toad there?
Yeah, maybe so, man.
Who knows? Right now, just getting ready to go and get racing. Williams up here on the point. We've seen this a couple of times lately. Pace car off the track. Claus Williams and Michael Ottaviani. Leal and Torgerson. Torgerson a little slow. Leal with a great start on the inside. He'll challenge Ottaviani going down into 1. Tricky there. Ottaviani lets out and lets Leal go by. Jackson gains a spot also.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to make that move for the lead right now.
Everything's settling in rather quick, and that's what you'll see here at Darlington. Everybody will get single file in a hurry at them.
Yeah, and they need to just settle down and just run some laps, let some rubber get on this track. And once that happens, you know, they'll tighten up a little bit.
Leal right on the back here of Claus Williams. Looks like Herb Ashley into the wall. He's towed already. Early caution here as the lady in black strikes. Gotta watch out for those women, Adam.
Unfortunately, that's a bad start right there.
Wow, and he gets a little bit of neck coat at the end there that pushed him back up into the wall. Not sure if that hurt Tony Ratliff or not, but that is a rough go right there.
Yeah, that's a rough start right there, man.
So, question already. I mean, here we are, just a lap or two into this thing. But does someone at the back come in and take rubber? I mean, why not, Adam, if you got the sets of tires?
I was going to say rubber or gas, one of the two, because, you know, last time it came down to a little bit of a fuel strategy here.
There we go. Tony Ratliff coming in. Looks like the Toad Man coming with him. Which is interesting. Both these guys will come in. We'll stick with them and see if they get tires or not. I think Tony probably a little bit of damage from that neck coat-ish thing at the end of that wreck. But he's getting right sides. I love that. Tony Ratliff got the tires going on. So does the Toad Man. Toad Man grabbing 4. So very, very interesting here. I love it.
Yeah, for the long run, that might pay off if, you know, we go green for an extended period of time. But if we have a quick caution, that quick caution ain't going to pay off.
Well, no, this is an interesting thing about Darlington. Number one is, you know, a two-stopper can beat a three-stopper here with this many laps, Adam. This is a type of track where there's a consistent drop-off, right? You get down to over 2 seconds underneath your first lap. You know, I mean, your lap time higher than your first lap. So with a 2 second plus drop-off, a three-stopper could beat a two-stopper.
Yeah, we had one came close one time here during our broadcasting, and the last time someone tried it, it backfired really badly. They,
well, it can do
they
that
finished
too.
in the top 10, but yeah. it can
It's a
happen.
it's a risk, right? But I mean,
It
if
is.
you're riding around in 8th, 9th, 10th, I mean, you could throw one out there and give it a shot, right? Especially if these cars are getting way out of control.
Yeah, and I look for, last time we were here, Neil was really, really good, and it was a good battle between him, Bryce, and Jackson. But I think with the things learned by Ottaviani and Claus is, got to get back to his form. But, one guy I'm looking at back here in the back, the last couple starts, he's been on fire, is Jason Ratliff. Waiting to see if he'll start making some noise.
The Rifleman back in 14th position right now. Yeah, he very well could come to the front. We'll see. Pace car off, ready to go back. Green flag racing here at Darlington. Claus with a great start. Leal again on the outside, pretty good. Ottaviani looking to stay underneath him. I think he'll give that spot up though. And he does, so Jackson and Torgerson check up a little. Everybody looks pretty clean. Leal looking for the lead, Adam.
Man, yeah, I was supposed to say, remember last time we were here, Leal, gave him a run for the money, and looks like he's about to do it again. Back momentum, Dean. But somebody else making a little bit of noise.
It's wild, Adam. We talk about it, and we know it's real. I mean, you get a win, and it's just something about it. You turn the wick up a little bit.
One guy that I forgot to mention, and he had a really good run here, and he's behind Eric Bella right now, is A-Bear. A-Bear had a really, really strong run when we were here last time at Darlington.
James A-Bear currently in 7th. He's already picked up a couple. He's behind Beller right now. Jason Jackson just set the best lap of the race, a 30.81.
Yeah, they're starting a pretty blistering pace right now.
They are, and I'm already starting to see multiple grooves in 3 and 4, Adam. What do you like with through 3 and 4 here?
I like to let off early and roll the center of the corner, and that way I can get a really good launch down the straightaway. And I also like to kind of do the same thing, roll the entry into 1. But I tell you, Leal is showing a really phenomenal line right now, rolling in and getting up there against the wall to get the run back down the hill.
Well, how much, you don't often see Leal go to the front this early. He's usually very patient. How much do you think clean air means at a place like this?
Oh, clean air is king for sure at Darlington. It makes it for a long night if you don't have it. And you see right now, Troy is running a higher line than Jackson, Ottaviani. They're all on the bottom trying to get out the wake of Claus Williams. And, that just, you got to get that nose in that clean air, because otherwise you'll burn that right front off.
Yeah, I think at times you're almost better off laying back a little further than we're on board with Torgerson right now. I mean, if you're not going to make a move, you might as well get away from him a little bit, don't you think, Adam?
Oh, most definitely. And I like what I'm seeing out of Troy right now. Troy's rolling it in, not pushing the issue that much. You see Claus on that high side. I mean, he's not putting a lot of input in the wheel, and that just smooth exits.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing. A quiet wheel here for Troy Torgerson could bode very well for him. So far, Leal not really getting away. Could be on purpose, though. Leal could be trying to just manage that machine out front. Beller a little loose. He fights the machine down the track a bit.
Yeah, I think last time we were here, Beller spun out. I don't know if this is one of his favorite tracks, but we see Spears being kind of conservative too. I think he's thinking for the long run.
Well, long run / fuel, perhaps, Adam? What is our fuel number here at Darlington, generally speaking?
When I did my little looking at my notes and when I jumped in the car with the 18.7 gallons, it's about 95 laps. Um, and that's being really conservative. But remember, last
Now,
time
now
we were here,
hold on just a minute here. 97 laps is being conservative. I do not believe you can do 97 laps at Darlington. Is that a fact?
that's what the estimated laps on my thing says.
All right. Well, that might be after lap 1 when they're including your out lap and your pit road. Now, I don't believe that you can do that many. I think to get to halfway would be a chore here tonight, Adam. But I'm just guessing. I'm just saying. I don't think you can do 95 at Darlington.
No, I mean, safely, I would probably split it in half. But yeah, with the current fuel load, 95, 96, is what it was showing.
All right, well, we'll wait for that because Lord knows I've been wrong before, folks, but I do not believe that that's possible. It may be. I think these guys are going to have to manage these machines just to get to that, 72, 73 range. I think they got to be. Oh, and Claus Williams hard off the wall. Ottaviani down the track. Jason Jackson down the track. They'll both make moves on him here. Williams trying to hang on the high side. Here comes Bear. And almost contact off the corner.
I'm wondering if he hurt the wheel on that one.
And they race down into one. That is a tough corner to race into. Both guys do a great job. Claus fighting to hold on to that spot. Bear, really nice job staying underneath him here. And Claus lets him go.
Me and you both from personal experience here kissed the wall and got 4 minutes of damage. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has at least a minute worth of damage from hitting the wall that hard.
Yeah, it depends on where you hit it, how you hit it. But yeah, some pretty small hits. He can create some pretty big damage, can it, Adam?
Oh, and it makes the car ill handling. I mean, it gets snappy loose and tight, and we see Beller getting around Torgerson right there. Beller, I think, saved his tires a little bit, and he may have changed up his strategy from the last time he was here.
All right, Ottaviani has moved up to second. Jackson to third. Bear into fourth. Claus Williams falling down to fifth. Beller, Torgerson, Spear, Fleming, and the Rifleman is coming. He's picked up 4 already, Adam.
Yeah, like I said, man, Bear had a really good run, and so did Rifleman, and I like what I see out of Rifleman. I mean, he's being smooth, he's riding that low line, and he's getting a good run off the exit.
Just stay with them here, and he's about a 10th off of our leader, George Leal, but it's a long way to go. Lap 20 at 145 here.
Oh, man, Claus kissed the wall again coming off the turn 2 right there.
Yeah, he's just overdriving that thing a little bit, Adam. That's going to be a hard machine to hang on to as this run develops. And you can see again loose off the exit, almost down into Beller.
Yeah, I think he smoked those right rears and that steering is, might need to jump in and see how much wheel input he's putting on that thing.
Well, let's do that. We hop on board with Claus Williams. And you remember now when we were on board with Torgerson how quiet his hands were. We'll see what we got here. Not looking too bad, Adam. You know what's causing that loose? We just went over it there. Out of 4, the little hill or bump there on exit, that can unload the vehicle.
Yeah, that and trying to stay in the gas and not letting it roll. You see, right there, he's pushing up a little bit, so you see that he's staying in the gas on the exit instead of letting it roll, then run down the hill.
Where it starts, Adam, is the top of 2. You know, when you get up there and you kind of lift and let that car come back down to the bottom, then you can get on the grass. It's never really getting the right. Watch right here. We cruise up. Is this the wrong corner?
No, you're in the right corner.
Yeah, like he's just not. He's staying in like a traditional groove, which will
And
push
smack
you
the wall
right when he
again.
did to the wall. You got to get down to the white line on exit, and he's just not getting there, Adam. I mean, he
Yeah,
does have
and
Torgerson on his inside, so that could be why.
well, I mean, he's just killing his front tires, and you see, you know, Spear and Fleming are catching up because of this. I mean, that's going to make for a long night of racing for Claus Williams.
Yeah, and this kind of track, we're going to have a big swing here in just a few moments. You know, lap 24, 145. Look for someone like Spear. I was watching him come off the corner from a different angle here. We're from the front of the car, Adam. It looks steady as a rock.
Yeah, he's looking good right now. I mean, no sliding, and that's really, really important for the long run. As you see Fleming wiggling all over the track. That's a smart move by Spear right there.
Yeah, Spear just let him go there. So he's got a plan, and he's not going to deviate from it. Out front, Leo Ottoviani running behind him here is about a 10 slower last time by. So Ottoviani, how about this man? We've been talking him up about getting a win. Here he is in a clear-cut second, Adam. Could tonight be his night?
He's definitely showing promise, and he was in the mix from that other real amazing race that we had Thursday night, showing a lot of promise, and he's putting in the time, and it shows.
Yeah, he works hard at it. Definitely applaud him for that. There's Jason Jackson. He's looking to gain on those points tonight with the top three not in the race here. Hebert and Beller hanging in. So these guys got to settle in, Adam. I mean, you can already feel it. This thing is going to be a grinder tonight. They got to get out here. You're going to stay green, and you got to fight for everything. Perfect pit stops are a must here tonight.
Oh yeah, no sliding through the pit, and you know the cone here has moved. So when the guys make that sweeping left-hand turn to come off a turn in the middle of turn 3 and 4 to get down there, they gotta be careful that they don't drive in far like they used to, because the cone is early now, so you can get busted for speeding real quick.
Now remember, Tony Ratliff and Todd the Toadman Gilly both pitted under caution. They should have better tires just by a couple laps. Doesn't seem to be helping them here, Adam. They're down in 14th and 15th. They have picked up 3 spots each, though.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that, you know, but looking at the lap times, they're still, you know, running consistently decent lap times. They're just not really pushing the car. It should be paying off for them here probably in the next 20 or so laps.
Yeah, they're definitely faster than several cars on the field. Must have had something at the start. They just took it really easy. We'll see where that goes. Look in on Claus Williams here to see how he's doing. And it looks like, you know, he might be settling down a little bit with that machine.
Yeah, it's definitely looking a lot better than where he was at the last 6 laps prior to this.
Yeah, he just doesn't have that turn 2 exit down yet, Adam. It's a tough one, and it's, you know, I used to talk about it with my pedals. When I got the wrong angle to the way my foot lies, I had a hard time getting all the way out of the throttle. One of the places that hurt me, exactly there, Adam. I love dropping the entire throttle at the top of between 1 and 2, and then getting back into it to get that car to come to the bottom.
It's definitely an art to doing it. You know, I took me a while. I love Darlington, and I like the way I have to drive it, but you know, with the different tire models, it definitely shakes things up for sure.
Now, Adam, did you see the news? We're getting a iRacing arcade. What do you think about that?
I haven't done a lot of research into that. Not too sure.
So, well, let me paint you a picture if I could. It is almost like Mario Kart style iRacing. What do you think of that?
Oh, that'll be fun to wreck people on purpose.
Always thinking about a little revenge is Mr. Bulldog. You know the Bulldog was built just to keep the blood out of their eyes. Do you know about that, Adam?
Oh yeah, very familiar about that.
See, I think there's a little bit of that in you, Adam.
Possibly, just a teeny smidgen.
All right, the rifleman goes by Jason Spear. He's up 5 now into 9th position. So Jason Ratliff doing what he's been doing. He didn't like his starting spot back in 14th, but he's working his way slowly but surely through the field. George Leal remains your leader. He's opened up a 2-second gap on Ottaviani. Jason Jackson, another 2.5 back, and he's got A-Bear with him. Then it's Beller and Torgerson. Remember, we were talking about Torgerson. Let's go back on board with him, Adam, and we'll see if the smoothness still remains. Pretty quiet all in all here. That's 3 and 4. Looking pretty smooth here out of Torgerson.
Yeah, he looks like he's pretty much just like he was at the beginning of the race.
And you see
Just
him
taking
cut
his
down to
time.
that white line, Adam. That's what I was
Oh, yeah.
talking about with Claus Williams. He's about a lane lower on exit. Yes, he had a slight correction there, but it's a much easier line to keep that car pointed down the straightaway.
Yeah, and that's so pretty to watch. He's getting that air on that nose, and just a good Sunday drive right there.
Absolutely, here on Sunday, and we're only one Sunday away from the NFL, folks. So, you know, a big NFL fan. And underneath Beller a little loose there. Torgerson takes advantage. He'll take that spot away. You know, just a refresher, Adam, in case anybody forgot. The Lions play this Sunday, and they're going to have to play Michael Parsons in a Green Bay Packer uniform. Holy cow.
Oh, wow. Hopefully they'll have a better game than what they had in the pre-season.
Well, you know, we went 4-0 back about 10 years ago in the preseason, and it turned into an 0-16 season. So, don't really care about the preseason anymore, Adam.
Yeah, football has definitely changed from when I used to watch it regularly, but I'm more of a NASCAR guy.
Well, I do apologize. I like to bring up my Lions, but right now, let's bring up A-Bear. He is putting it down, trying to hound Jason Jackson. He'll move to the inside here, Adam.
Right now, him and Rifleman, they're the two biggest movers of the race right now, and they're steadily just keep marching forward.
What is it about this track that it just suits some people better than others, Adam?
Well, I mean, braking, being up on the wheel, and you see him scrape the wall right there, he's going to hit the wall on exit if he's not careful. But being a little bit aggressive does help you here.
I think the whole being up on the wheel thing really resonates with me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a key thing. I mean, you really have to do that here at this track. It's almost is like running a short track, but being a big track. I mean, you constantly have to search and be consistent and be right on the edge of out of control.
All right, so lap 40 of 145. Leo leading, Ottaviani second. A-Bear and Jackson right here battling. There's Torgerson. He's in 5th with Beller in 6th. Claus Williams, who we thought might really fade, he's stabilized here in 6th, Adam. And part of it, he's got that clean air now. He's found himself a little pocket here.
Yeah, but I don't know how long that's going to last. You look right behind him. Ratliff's coming.
Well, I was talking about 3 stoppers and 2 stoppers, but I'm afraid it's going to have to be a 2 stopper beating a 1 stopper. That is nearly impossible, but I think we'll see a few people try, which means pit stops are about 10 laps away for some people, Adam.
Yeah, I definitely, and Claus might be one of those guys just to do that.
The rifleman now up 8 spots into 8th, and he's also into the wall. Got to get your Darlington stripe, Adam.
Yeah, and you know, that last lap, if I'm not mistaken, you know, he was right there with the leader's times. I mean, he's got a quick car. He's just got to get some track position and get on up there to get running with those guys.
Yeah, he's about a 10th faster than a few of them, so we'll see if he can hunt them down. Everything well spaced out amongst the front. Looking at Michael Fleming right now back in 9th. Spear in 10th. Remember, he let Fleming go about 15 laps ago. Now he begins to hunt him down. Will Fleming return the favor if he gets there, Adam?
I think he might. That would be a good move by Fleming.
But I got to tell you, just
who
to
knows?
interject, Adam, in my experience, just because you play nice doesn't mean they're going to play nice back.
That's true, but that's not the RGR way now.
Well, it may not be. Darlington, hard place to let go. Another little pet peeve I got about Darlington, Adam, is when guys try and let you go off of 4 and they move low. I set them up to pass low, and then they move low, and I run them over.
Well, you know, that's the thing. Passing here in a timely manner is everything. Is if you catch somebody and try to pass them in the dead part of the corner, it's going to kill your momentum, kill their momentum, and the person behind you is going to catch up real quick.
All right, now we look at Rachel Hunt in 11th. Rachel has been slowly but steadily becoming more of a long-run threat than a short-run threat. I think it used to be a bit of the opposite here, Adam. She seems to have really switched it up here lately.
Yeah, she definitely has.
You got her, and then Tom Ashley, solidly in 12th. He has picked up 4 spots. Then it's Tony Ratliff and the Toad Man. These two, remember I said they have a little better tire. I don't think it's paying off for them, though. But they are doing okay in 13th and 14th. Kulikowski back in 15th. Then you got Corey Buskirk. He's all alone out on the track in 16th. Mickey Spear, currently, he is almost a lap down, I do believe, in 17th. LaPrime coming in right now. So LaPrime on lap 47, a definite 2-stop strategy for him.
Yeah, I like that move. I need some freshies, especially since the lap times are falling off.
Well, that's the thing. The best time for Leal, a 30.90. His last time, a 32.46. So about a second and a half, a little more than that, dropped off already at him. And it'll continue to drop off. So strategies can be played here tonight.
Oh yeah, they can definitely be played, but you know, you see that gap between Leal and Ottaviani is growing even more. But looked like Troy's starting to climb back up a little bit. Him and A Bear have, you know, moved forward, and Jason Jackson is in 5th, and Eric Bella came up, but man, Ratliff is still on the march. He's up to 7th place, Dean.
Yeah, he's worked his way by Fleming, by Williams, now sets his sight on Eric Beller, and he's going around. Beller's coming in. So Beller going for the 2-stopper as well, right on lap 50.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think he must have been listening to me about that pit road move.
Well, did he get it, Adam? Did he hit it?
No, he was close. he had to slam on brakes a little bit when he got to that point because the cone used to be further up at the line, and since the update and the revamp, right there at the barrels is where the cone is now. The old line where Claus just ran, Bear just ran over, was where the old cone line was. So NASCAR mixed it up, but you know they did the virtual orange spot on the racetrack for the cone now.
Well, there we go, right with Bear and Beller, definite two-stoppers. There is your leader, George Leal. He'll come by pit road right now. I expect him to go to lap 75 or so. Torgerson in. So a lot of people coming in, Adam. Is this 100% a two-stopper? I mean, you said they got 150 laps of fuel or something.
Well, I think guys just can't, the tire wear. I mean, tire wear is everything, and you know that. And if they feel that they can't go that far, you know, George may be able to do it. I mean, he's still running consistent times, but Ottaviani's in. So, yeah, I definitely think everybody's going to do a two-stopper.
You see that Alive on the side of that Spear Motorsports car. Of course, the Alive Church, Live Fully Alive. Jason Spear on pit road as well. So everybody's coming in, or a lot of people coming in, going to shake up the strategy here. Leal's coming in right now. So everybody's going with a two-stopper. I don't think they can make it to halfway, Adam. That's why we're seeing pits. Guess who taking over the lead, Adam? It's the rifleman, Jason Ratliff. Yep. You see Fleming chase it down the track there.
Yeah, Fleming got that real loose going off of four.
Kulikowski's in. Buskirk is in. So lots of stops. Can Jason Ratliff make it to the halfway mark? Him, Claus Williams, Michael Fleming. Fleming coming in. And he's coming in hot, Adam. Let's stay with this. Woo-wee! That's a ride right there. That's a hell of a good stop for Fleming.
Yeah, he was smoking that thing coming down that hill then.
That is dangerous, but well done by Fleming to get her woed in there without wiping out. Jason Ratliff, he's got George Leal coming out right in front of him here. He's going to slow down and let Leal get into the corner first. It's weird. It looks like Claus Williams' car getting better instead of worse, Adam.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised in it, especially as much as he's not going to the wall.
So Tom Ashley's in. Wow, the prime underneath of Claus Williams here. Williams would do good to just let him go, but LaPrime just can't get the heck out of there. Bear coming up with a head of steam says, get out of the way.
Yeah, Bear had a really good stop. I mean, he's rocking and rolling right now.
Yeah, Bear just set the fastest lap in the race a lap ago, a 30.68, I do believe. Tom Ashley, is he coming? He is coming off of pit road. Sorry.
Yeah, seeing how Ottaviani had to make an aggressive move to get around Mickey Spear, I mean, that held him up a little bit, but he's got to get back in there, and he's still fighting to get around him.
So here's the strategy. Bear has just passed our race leader. Bear back on the lead lap. I mean, he will be the leader when the pit stops all are shaken out. Ottaviani, he's coming underneath. There's Whiting chasing it down the track. I believe that's Whiting.
That was Mickey Spear.
Oh, that was Mickey. Sorry about that. That's Mickey Spear. Very similar car to one Eric Whiting drives in another series. And this is the problem when you stay out, Adam. Look at all the cars around the rifleman. He is under constant pressure here.
He is, and you know, if he can get a lucky break, I think he is trying to stretch the gas on this thing. I'm kind of surprised that him and Claus are doing this, but I mean, right now the one that would catch him so far, Tony Ratliff, he's still out. He could make it halfway. George Leal is catching up, but he's still a good ways back.
Yeah, George Leal currently 20 seconds behind Jason Ratliff. Now he will continue over the next 15 laps or so, running them down, and he might get all the way back to Jason Ratliff. I'm not sure. If he does, that's going to make it extremely interesting.
It definitely will. I mean, as you see, Rachel Hunt gets back up on the track right there. She was just letting a car pass by. She hasn't hit it yet either. 3 cars staying out that long, it makes me a little bit nervous. I mean, if one car spins out, I mean, there goes all your track position. But, you know, right now, Tony's doing a great job. He's up to 3rd, 14 positions and whatnot. But it makes me a little nervous staying out that long, Dean.
That's it. I don't know. I mean, I think Jason under control here. I'm very interested, and we're going to go back on board with Claus Williams again because I almost can't believe that car hasn't gone away on him, Adam. You see here, he's got a much better line off of 2 now. I think he's figured out you got to get down there to that bottom. He looks a lot better through 2.
He certainly does, and I'm surprised his steering is as good as it is. As part of he's hit the wall, but you know, being now 62 laps into the race, I mean, we're on the edge of it, man. I mean, I don't know. This is a gutsy move by those guys up front.
What do you think about tires, Adam? Forget about gas. Are they going to pop a tire here?
Well, that was the other thing why I said it was a gutsy move. I mean, if they can hang on, I mean, George is, 7 seconds behind the leader right now. That's a huge chunk of time because those other guys, you know, they will probably have to pit. And if that happens, I mean, Jason and Claus might be, and even Tony might be in the catbird seat. Even Rachel, too.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. George Leal right now, if we stay green, he's in the driver's seat. Make no mistake. He's almost caught back up here. He's made up about 8 seconds already on Jason Ratliff. So Leal's going to come around, and he'll probably catch Jason Ratliff before Jason Ratliff even pits at the halfway mark, which is going to be interesting. I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but it's going to get a little wild out here.
It definitely can, because you remember, you know, how fast those guys went around and, you know, passing on the fresh tires. It's going to be interesting to see how they work the traffic when they get their fresh tires and get back around. But right now, I mean, they have all the way up to Jason Spear, I think, is still a lap down, if I'm not mistaken.
Jason Spear has pitted, so he's still a lap down. He is catching our leader, though.
So, you know, those guys, I wouldn't roll the dice to make it that far, but I mean, they only got a handful of laps to go, and they're at halfway. So,
yeah,
I mean,
72, 73 laps. Now remember, they had an early caution, so look for guys to try and go to like 74, 75 if they can.
Yeah, it's a gutsy call, but I like it. I mean, a guts, no glory.
That's right. Come here to win, baby. Jason Ratliff trying to do just that. Jason Spear coming up on him, trying to get his lap back right now. Spear currently shown in 11th position. So there goes Spear. He got his lap back. Claus Williams still hanging tight here with Jason Ratliff. Coming up on him, George Leal.
George has definitely made his way back up there. Was he 3 seconds behind now?
He is 6 seconds behind our leader, 2
seconds.
behind Claus Williams.
Yeah, that's been some impressive driving right there.
It
Make
is,
that much
but
time up.
now he's going to have to go, to roughly lap 100. So he's got a ways to go. The question is, how many laps does Jason Ratliff get on his fresh tires to get after the next stop to get out here and separate himself, and can George Gill run him down a second time? So it's all gonna take some time to play out here, Adam.
Yeah, and he's got 2-3 more laps to go, and he'll be at halfway. So this is the interesting move, and Leo gets around Williams right there.
Leo knows he is out here absolutely flying. He says to himself, if I'm going to do an extra pit stop, I'm going to have to really put some laps down, and he's not wrong. He is flying around the track right now, almost 2 seconds a lap faster than our leader. About 1.5 seconds faster than our leader.
Yeah, he's rocking and rolling, that's for sure. But, I still like, giving them a shout out. I mean, Tony or Claus, I mean, what can you say? I mean, but Abear is starting to catch up to the back of Tony right now. He's about, 1.5 seconds behind right now from catching Tony.
Yeah, Abear has made a great move through the pit stops, but we go on board with George Leal here as he comes up on the rifleman and race leader. Claus Williams, he's on pit road right at halfway, and here we go. Leal coming up on the leader. He will come underneath them, and that's an easy pass there. Kulikowski looking to do the same on exit. He'll stay good and low. Great job there. So Leal sets sail. Jason Ratliff peels off, and he's headed to pit road. He's coming in a little hot. Got to get her woed down. He will.
Oh, he did a great job getting on the pit road. So he did make it halfway.
It looks solid to me, Adam. But he is already fallen to 7th, 8th, 9th. He's not even in his stall yet. So can he get up here and catch all the way up to Leal, and then make Leal pit and try to catch all the way up to him?
We'll have to see.
Leal's already gone by here. I think he's already put him a lap down. So Jason Ratliff gonna come out a lap down in 15th position. Wow. Rachel Hunt comes in as well. She is dropping now down 11, 12, and so on. Tony Ratliff still on the track. And he is not your leader. That's the interesting part. He's in 4th.
Yeah, I think that's a little long. I think he should have came in that last lap.
Well, we'll see how it all shakes out for sure. Jason Ratliff, 17th position. My goodness. Rachel Hunt, she gonna come out in 17th. Jason's moved up to 17th. He passed her while she was on pit road. So the rifleman setting up here, and he's got to be careful, Adam. Remember, he's going, as Tony Ratliff comes in, he's going to do the long run, so he can't come out here and set blistering laps. He's got to set up for 70 laps.
Yeah, he's got to have a handful of a car, but, if you don't try the strategy, you won't know how it will work. But, George has now got a pretty commanding lead right now.
Yes, he does. 6 seconds back is James Abear. Abear matching his times. Otto Viani in 3rd. Jason Jackson back here in 4th position. Let's bring up our pit board and see when all these guys pitted. Jackson and Abear have the best tires of the bunch. So Abear, the big winner through this pit cycle.
Yeah, he made up a lot of ground on that stop, and I was paying attention to that, but that was good stop for him.
Gonna be very, very interesting here. Or actually, my brain's working in backwards today, so he was first in. That's how he made up the time. Bear was first in. Leal was the last one of our front people in. So Leal, not only your leader, he's got the best tires of the bunch as well. It's that Canadian thing, Adam.
But looking at that and looking at the gap between him and Ottaviani and Jason Jackson, I mean, he's still got a 5-second gap between him and Jackson, and second and a half or more from him to Ottaviani. So, I mean, it's still a pretty good move.
Yeah, and he's got a 49-second lead on Jason Ratliff, who's currently in 14th. Wow.
We'll see what happens. Now, it's just a trick of, hey, I've done my pit stop. When am I going to do my next? Am I going to do it lap 5, 50 of this run? So that would put them, around 110, 100. What will Lil do? Is he going to, come up with another great pit stop? Or, is Bear going to pull the trigger first and do the second stop?
Well, that's another thing is pit road's treacherous here, Adam. There's nothing quite like it. So, I'd rather get on and off of it once than I would twice.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that, because especially getting on and getting off, it's really slick, and then you can get busted speeding or hit the cone wrong coming off the pit exit. But right now with the lead that George has, I mean, race is pretty much in his hands, whether, on whatever strategy he chooses to do.
Yeah, definitely he's got something going on. Bear currently in second. Ottaviani hunting him down, and Bear puts it in the wall. He holds on to it, no big damage there, but Ottaviani closes in. Let's go on board with Michael Ottaviani. Coming up on that Memory Express machine. That's a Canadian company.
What do they make?
They're a computer a parts place, like your the micro centers, but they charge about double the prices.